What's up everyone and welcome to another Warframe video. Today the Whispers in the Walls update dropped and with it has come a new quest and a whole load of new things. However, this video is going to focus on a brand new mechanic to one of Warframe's oldest systems, the melee system, and that is Tennokai. Tennokai is a system that is enabled with the use of several special new mods which drop from Rotation C in the new Alchemy game mode once you've completed the new Whispers in the Walls quests. Putting these on your melee weapons will make it so that you have a 15% chance to trigger the ability to do a heavy attack, which will be quicker than normal, and without using any of your combo counter. This will be shown on screen with a sword icon, and you have a 2-second window in which to trigger this Tennokai heavy attack. There are a number of mods for this mechanic, some of which increase the window of time to trigger the attack, the amount of damage it does, the range of the attack. Nothing particularly groundbreaking there until you come to the rare mod, Discipline's Merit. This takes it from being a 15% chance per melee attack to trigger Tennokai, and changes it so it is a guaranteed trigger every 4 hits. Now there's not really a whole lot more to say about the system, it's not particularly complicated or complex. However, I did want to talk about some initial thoughts, since honestly, I really like the system, but I feel it might just need a couple of tweaks just to make it feel a lot better. Let's chat real quick about the 2-second activation window. 2 seconds seems actually like a pretty good amount of time, but if you activate even slightly after this window is gone, you lose your entire combo if you're not running heavy efficiency. And this is kind of made super hard since there isn't a timer anywhere, so you can't make a good decision on whether to activate or not. The problem this causes is that going for a heavy attack, missing the window, it's super punishing without using heavy attack efficiency. Whereas if you're running a pure light attack build or a pure heavy attack build, you don't really get you don't get punished that hard for making a mistake. The icon can also get fairly lost occasionally in the chaotic amount of on-screen visual effects that Warframe has. Now this might just be me needing to muck about with my UI settings to find a better colour, so it's hard to say that this is something that requires much in the way of change, but I did want to mention it because it exacerbates the issue I was having with not knowing when that window ended, since I might miss the icon popping up on the screen to begin with, and since I don't know when that window is going to end, I can't make a good decision, like an informed decision, on whether to go for this attack or not, just in case I get punished for doing it slightly after the window. And that being said, this might just be because it's a new system, and melee has become such an ingrained thing in my gameplay at this point, so it will be interesting to see how I feel about it as time goes on. One thing other to mention is the 15% chance to proc. Now this feels kind of it feels very random. You have huge peaks and troughs where it might trigger 3 times in a row, then not trigger again for another 10 seconds. And obviously the attack speed of the weapon is also going to play massively into this as well. If you've got something that hits really fast, the randomness goes away a little bit, but if you've got something slower, that randomness is exacerbated really heavily, and that doesn't really feel great. It also makes the trigger every 4 hits mod feel kind of a bit like a mandatory mod, and unfortunately the others fall by the wayside a bit. I would take more reliable activation over slightly more range or a bit more damage 9 times out of 10. However, I do find the system very rewarding. To hit 4 attacks and then the Tennokai Heavy over and over again in quick succession, it's a very active playstyle that's quite a lot of fun, and honestly it's pretty rewarding, especially visually. There's a lot going on when you hit these Tennokai attacks. It's not a playstyle that rewards the Netflix gameplay that some builds can achieve while playing Warframe, since to get the most out of it you need to be incredibly on the ball, so dozing off or attempting to play this at 4 in the morning on an update night probably is not this system's forte, and I will be honest that might also factor into my initial thoughts. I've not had a huge amount of time to experiment with too many weapons. However, so far, the 2 I went for, and the 2 I found to be the most obvious contenders, the Hate and the Penance, have been a lot of fun, especially the Hate. The Hate absolutely shreds. I'll slap both builds up on screen now to show you what I've been experimenting with and having some pretty good luck with. It's probably not the ultimate refined build, since I've not really decided on whether building for a hybrid heavy and light build, or just going full light build with Tennokai thrown in. I don't know which is the plan currently. However, as I find those builds that massively benefit from the system, I'm sure there are some out there with strange heavy attack mechanics that will massively benefit from the Tennokai system. I will have videos for those. Now, one thing I do want to mention about the system that I would love to see fixed or changed, depending on whether it's actually intended or not, because I don't know if it's intentional, and that is a heavy attack ground slam. Tennokai does not trigger the Tennokai attack, but will remove the combo counter. This got incredibly annoying and happens several times in the footage with the pennant. It's so easy to walk off a small ledge while heavy attacking. You do the slam, it removes your whole combo counter, and you get punished for effectively being slightly in the air whilst trying to whilst trying to trigger the attack, and it does feel pretty awful when that does happen. But honestly, in general, I feel that Tennokai was kind of what DE were aiming for when they made the changes to melee, wanting us to mix the light and heavy attacks into the same system. I think it is so close to being a great system, so much fun, which might just need a couple of quality of life changes, I think, to really cement its place in the melee meta. I have been wanting to mix heavy and light attacks into one seamless system for quite a while, and while for everyday farming I will probably gravitate towards the Netflix friendly builds, if I do want to fully play the game, these are the kinds of builds I find fun and that I will definitely play. So I hope you enjoyed my first look at the Tennokai system. Please let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. Are you enjoying it? Do you even agree with my thoughts? I'm really excited to take a proper look at the new melee arcanes. They are super difficult to get hold of and might take a while. However, I have a lot of plans with those and the new green shards. Some interesting and potentially silly builds on the way. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I shall see you in the next video.